Hi, how are we going? Well, I would hope. Welcome to another round of Redski's Righteous Readings, where the readings are always righteous. So it's a Sunday morning here. Where are we up to now? The 24th of January today it is. Just right before Australia Day on Tuesday on the 26th. So I'm doing the main monthlies for March. Getting ahead of it all. Getting prepared to move to my tarot trailer. So in the process of doing that now, it's the last job to be done is just to relocate my setup into the new settings. Redski's Tarot trailer for running readings, still happening. So that should be all set up when I do the April round, so exciting. So what are we doing today, guys? We are doing a full Celtic Cross, 10 placements with clarifiers if need be for the March May monthly. Then we'll move into Oracle inspirational messages, as well as find out what angel will be yours for the month of March, what spirit animal you will receive for the month, as well as at the end the ruin and messages there as well. So it'll be a lengthy read. I did Sagi's last night, but it was about 5 o'clock this morning. And it pushed out to nearly 50 minutes, so that's probably one of the more lengthy ones. But yes, so set some time aside for this one because it will be at least a good half an hour or so. It will be a very in-depth read. It is the main monthly, so we're bulking it out. Okay, so my darling Geminis, rising, moon and suns of that sign, this will be your March 2021 main monthly. I know, still freaks me out when I say that. So without further ado, let's hit it and find out what is going to be happening for the beautiful Geminis throughout the month of March. Okay, Gemini. Tough reading, guys. It seems that heartbreak that I predicted for you in February is still having an undertone throughout the reading. I'll explain as we move forward. The current card, the current energy for March coming into the reading, of course, is the Three of Swords. So this is why I said that. This sort of that rupture, heartbreak, broken-hearted. So someone has definitely broken Gemini's heart as we go into March, feeling as if we lost something that meant something, a great deal to us, feeling like maybe we've separated or there's been rupture here or a dismissal. But either way you look at it, the Three of Swords is always reflecting of heartbreak and of rupture and separation. So in love, I would assume that there has been a separation here. Whether that was enforced by you or the other party, cross watchers, make it fit the way it does. But there is definite heartbreak here. Whether that was your doing or whether it's been done to you, it still reflects the same. Then we go to your crossing, obstacles, issues card, and we have none other than the Nine of Pentacles reversed. So again, this is speaking about some roguery, some danger, bad faith, or some storms that will soon be arising. Possible loss of a valued friendship or treasured possessions. So feeling like there's really been a loss taken here. Lost in friendship, loss in monetary means, loss of something very treasured and very near and dear to Gemini. And this has been something that you've been very worried would happen, and it seems as though it has actually come into fruition. Something that you did not want to actually happen. Crowning, hanging above, you have the Tower reversed. So this is continued depression at the moment. It's following the old ways, and you're living in a bit of a rut at the moment, trying to deal with, I guess, the grief of separation, as well as trying to get your bearings on the fact of how you'll move forward from this moment on. You're pondering the pain of it all, but at the same time you want to move forward, but at the moment you're just not there yet, Gemini. There's healing to be done, there's soul work to be done here. A lot of internal stuff that needs to be readjusted and recalibrated and reassessed, and there's a lot of judgment calls here internally that we need to deal with here so that we can move forward in a more positive light, in a more controlled manner. Foundation of the reading, the root of it all, the Four of Pentacles. So this is a real love of material wealth, so that's a bit of a hoarder and an inability to share here. a real tone here of hoarding money, holding on to money so tight that you may even be blocking anything coming in or out through your heart chakra as well, because the pentacles there very firmly clasped to his chest, so tight that nothing is going to get through. So we're really holding on to monetary means like it's gripping a hold of it for your life. We go to past energy. This is leaving you now, but it's still prevalent. Page of Wands. The pages are fresh young individuals, usually children or very young adults. And the Page of Wands is a faithful and loyal person, a missionary, a trusted friend, or a stranger with very good intentions. Could also be a person who bears very important news to you. So there's been some important news from someone much younger coming through. If you're separated from the father of your children, I'm seeing that this could be one of your children coming through with a message. A very important message for you. The next card, which is future energy, and that is none other than the Ten of Pentacles, and that is reversed. The future energy, the Ten of Pentacles reversed, is talking about bad odds, possible loss coming in here, a lot of hazard or robbery or a loss of inheritance, maybe some dissipation. It's also about gambling, so pissing money away basically, not using monetary in the right way. And when we do have monetary, we're really investing it the wrong way by, gambling or trying to have a quick, easy way to double money, which is turning out to be a problem in itself. So you must hold the monetary means through March, not to invest it into like silly things like gambling or trots or things of that nature. Vice Spirit is none other than the King of Pentacles reversed. A lot of pentacles in this reading, a lot of earth energy. The King of Pentacles, when it's reversed, it's all about corruption. Using any means to achieve the desire's end. It's about unfaithfulness. It's a real undertone of someone that's quite vicious and that will lead someone to peril. Through investment or through monetary means. So someone very corrupt here that's trying to get you on board with something to do with monetary means, which will cause you a loss here. It will cause you some issues. So the advice is not to invest here and not to take other people's word for it just on their oath. To do some research. Also be very careful, there's a lot of corruption around at this point in time. The next card is outsiders looking in on you, on your connections. Is that the Star reversed, a sign of Aquarius, but it's also a sign that you're having unfulfilled hopes. Outsiders looking in see you as someone that's not having their hopes fulfilled. Someone that's very disappointed at the moment with the way the turning of events have sort of come to pass. They may be looking at you as someone that has had lack of opportunities or is very stubborn and suffering a bit of imbalance here. You could also be looking in and seeing that you're having a conclusion to an unsatisfactory friendship here. So separating perhaps from some people that weren't bringing in sort of the bacon, I guess, or bringing in their side of a connection here. So it's sort of ceasing. So outsiders looking in and seeing someone very unfulfilled at the moment, very imbalanced at the moment, feeling like they've had some bad odds or things haven't really gone their way at the moment. Then we move to hopes and fears. That's the Ace of Pentacles reversed. So this is talking about prosperity, but without any happiness attached. It's about misused wealth as well, like gambling or pissing away the money, as I keep saying. Or it's corruption by money. So allowing money to corrupt and to control rather than you controlling monetary means here. March has a real undertone of being careful of where you place the pentacle. Where the pentacle goes is where the energy and attention will flow. And if you're putting money into things that aren't solid investments or things that are risky or chance taken, it's likely that that monetary means that you had already banked for will dissipate. And you won't even be left with the standing foundation you started with. You end up with pretty much nothing. So do not gamble throughout March. You will not double your money. If anything, you're going to lose the damn lot. Outcome, we have two cards, both wands, the Four of Wands reversed, and the Ace of Wands reversed. So the Four of Wands reversed is talking about a loss of full tranquility here, unfulfilled romances, insecurity, feeling like there's some you've been a bit tarnished through this experience, and an incomplete happiness. Back that with the Ace of Wands reversed, which is false starts and a very cloudy outlook. There could be some cancellation of plans and some disorganisation through some goals that you were trying to bring into fruition. So a real undertone of things not coming together in the passional sense. Wands are about visions, vision, intuition, progress, passion, and it's just not being fulfilled here. Passion for Gemini during March is not being fulfilled here. Feeling very pissed off. And the next card, the underlying energy for the reading, reflects that perfectly. It is you coming into the reading, Gemini. It is the Lovers reversed. So this speaks to the atonement of this whole reading. Because, again, the Lovers reversed is about failure to meet the test. It is about interference from others, separation, unreliability, a lot of frustration here in love. A lot of connections not coming in as it should. Fickleness, untrustworthiness, unwise plans. Things that you had hoped for, now reflecting upon and seeing that they are not at all where they should be. There's a real unsatisfactory here, an unfulfillment here. A real energy of disdain and unenjoyment. From the first card with the Three of Swords to that very last underlying energy card, the Lovers reversed. This whole reading speaks to the atonement of it. Of loss, separation, unsatisfactory happiness and unfulfilledness through love, through multiple factors, but it's that underlying energy of that unsatisfactory love connection that has stained the whole reading in a feeling of unfulfillment. Gemini, let's clarify some of this reading for you and get some more in-depth messages, okay? Okay, Gemini, so I've clarified some of this reading to give us some more in-depth clarity on some of, sorry about that, the card placements. So that initial card coming into the reading, that Three of Swords, we have, of course, had to clarify that Three of Swords. King of Cups reversed. So someone that has very artistic temperament, with double dealing, scandalous, that will lead someone to loss and ruin. Someone very unjustified here, someone that is very crafty, a person without virtue, someone that will pursue things to its bitter end. Crowning, hanging above you card was that Tower reverse, so continued oppression, and that was clarified, of course, by the Hanged Man, therefore in reverse. So this is talking about having a lack of sacrifice or an unwillingness to make the necessary sacrifices and effort to bring this in to its correction. There could be a false prophecy or a false idealism here that you're following, and using a useless sacrifice when sacrifice has been made. So we're living in continued oppression due to lack of sacrifice or incorrect sacrificing for the need of this connection or for the need of the rightness. Not going about it the right way, Gemini. It's just continuing an oppressional state here. Future energy coming in, which was that Ten of Pentacles reversed, unfulfilled hopes, unfulfilled satisfactions here in monetary means especially, but also in love. And that's saying the Star. It's clarifying that, sign of Aquarius. So a sign that you will have your wish fulfillment here. You may not be able to see it now, but this is for your highest good. Your hopes, your dreams, your wishes are being met. It just may not seem like it at the moment. There is change coming here. It's the return of faith again. It is the return of hope again. It is wish fulfillment, and it is the stars coming into alignment. Whether it's in the midst of all the chaos and the crap at the moment, but it is happening as it should be for Gemini. Then we swift off to that hopes and fears card, that Ace of Pentacles, having some clouded outlooks and things here, clarified by the Nine of Swords reversed. So it's clarified by saying, yes, there is some suspicion some slanderous gossip here, which is leading you to feel quite shame-ridden. There could also be a shady character around you, and there's a lot of reasonable fear here because of this clouded outlook. A lot of fears here, a lot of anxiety here, a lot of worries here. Worrying about the way things are, how things will be. A real undertone of a lot of stress and strain here. So the outcome, that was that Four of Swords reversed and the the Four of Wands reversed and the Ace of Wands reversed. That was the outcome, and that was clarified. Judgment in reversed, the Two of Wands and the World reversed. So a lot of clarifiers to go with that energy. So Judgment reversed. Okay, so clarifying that outcome, that Four of Wands reversed and the Ace of Wands reversed, as I said, Judgment in reverse, the Two of Wands energy, as well as the World reverse. So Judgment in reverse is a lot of disappointment or failure to face facts here, maybe some indecision, but feeling like judgments are not coming in as they should be, feeling like there's bias in here, and severity in judgments here, feeling as if things are just not coming in for Gemini right now. Two of Wands. So this is a mature individual, a ruler, a leader. This is talking about attainment of goals and needs, some boldness here and courage in undertakings. A very dominant personality, waiting for them ships to come in, waiting for the payoff, waiting for what it is you're waiting for, waiting for that passion's fulfillment to be seized and to be realized and to come into fruition. But we're waiting. And then the World reverse is saying that there's a lot of imperfection here and a failure to complete that task that one has now set. There's a lot of lack of vision, and there's just an understanding of disappointment here, Gemini. Shit ton of disappointment. Judgments aren't coming in your favor. You're waiting here for this to happen, and the world is inverted. It's just saying that this is just not happening. The cycle is not ending. It's continued depression. It's continuing. It's not ceasing. It's not ending. It's just continuing. And then I clarified that Lover's card, the underlying energy, the Lover's reversed, and that's because the Ten of Swords reversed. So this is saying there will be some benefit or profit coming, but it will be only a temporary gain. There will be a slight improvement, but that will be momentary and it will be a passing success. Any monetary means will only be of a short-lived advantage. So it won't last long. So you'll start to see a little bit of an improvement. You'll start to look at things, glass half full, might be able to push my way through this. But those gains that will be made will only be temporary, and there will be setbacks that come with that. Something that is gifted will ultimately be taken away. So whatever sort of step forward that you feel like you'll be making, it will be met with a two-step backward kind of feeling of, that didn't really last, or that didn't really go a step further. If anything, it sort of went a half a step backwards. So as I said, Gemini, this reading is very much an undertone of a lot of heartbreak, which was that first card, and Lover's reversed, which was the underlying energy at the bottom of the deck. That sums up this reading to a T, just them two cards alone. We're not happy in love, we have heartbreak, we have rupture, we have depression, we have dissipation and unfulfilled hopes and happiness in the love and in that love connections and in connections of people. Gemini is pissed off, basically. They've been hurt and they're now licking wounds. It's going to take a little while for Gemini to bounce back, but I'm seeing that they will do so before March's end. Right now, it's about that healing process. It's about that getting it all back together and finding the zest in life again and the reason to effing smile. Because at the moment, Gemini don't feel like that right now. But they will. They will very, very soon. So don't give up. Things will change. And I'm sure when we look at April's energy, there will be a lot more happiness to go around. Okay, guys? So have hope. Okay, Gemini, so let's get into the oracle and the additional messages to go with your tarot reading for the month of March. Oakley dokley. So we're starting off here with the Island Time Wellness card. So you had 3, 4, and the first one was the Chaser. Chaser in a codependent relationship, fear of abandonment issues. 3 of Swords. Don't know where to go now that that the party's over, I guess you could say, that the relationship has ended or ceased. Then we have mirror, mirroring each other, self-image, relationships reflecting our wounds and introspection, inner work. Now that it's over, where do we go from here? And we may be feeling a bit stabbed in the back. Heartbreak, pain, separation, deception, shocking attack, Three of Swords. So it's really coming in all tied in there together. As I said, Gemini, with that tarot reading, it bled all the way through it. The lovely, crazy, sexy love notes. Dance. Kick up your cute heels and move your glorious body. Feel the music and let loose. Sweat your prayers and twirl your intentions. Every cell in your body will rejoice. Exercise is as important as to well-being as healthy eating and processing your stress and emotions. You can shake a tail feather alone with friends or with a passionate partner. Dance your glorious heart out. So try to find some lightheartedness amongst all of the pain. And we got You Are Loved, Gemini. You are enough just as you are, and you are loved. If you don't have a model for love, imagine yourself as a child. Perhaps you have a favorite picture of yourself as an adorable 5-year-old. Look into your own sweet eyes and acknowledge just how special you are. That child inside still needs your tenderness, and so does the adult you. Please don't abandon yourself. Instead, tap into the ocean of love which is inside of you. Then we go into the beautiful Wiccan Oracle, and you got 2 to fall today. So the first one was the fifth element, and it reads, in many systems of thought, there is a fifth element, ether or spirit. Spirit is intangible, ineffable, and mysterious, and cannot be explained, categorized, or defined. It does not have a place or location. It is everywhere and also nowhere. The fifth element is the spirit of the universe, and it is not possible to neatly attribute to its qualities that we can work with. Remember that the fifth element is the source of all, the one that permeates the cosmos. Spirit is the part along which magic travels from the other world to us. The goal of magic is to connect and become one with spirit, and magic is a path to achieve this end. Connect with spirit in your own way, and it will reveal itself to only you when you are ready. Fifth element. And then we also had the element of earth. The earth element governs stability, security, and material concerns, the solid foundation over which all the other elements move. Its energy is receptive, teaching the wisdom of the elder, patience, endurance, self-sufficiency, and of course reliability. Earth is the element of physical and material things, with the qualities of loyalty and reliability, keeping us grounded and secure in the loving families and comfortable homes. Remember that Earth helps us to recognize and accept the limitations and potential of our character. Earth shows us how to make responsibilities for our lives and our destiny, standing for stability and, of course, growth. So trying to find that stability again, getting back grounded with the Earth after so much turmoil and so much unsureness. We're now starting to find that groundedness within us again, after a period of being so unstable. Now, the angel to assist you for the month of March I found very interesting because it is number 29, the angel of relationships. Number 29, angel of relationships. You have received this card because you are worried about a relationship issue, and your angel of relationship has heard your call for assistance. When you are experiencing challenges regarding a relationship, you don't always have the clarity to see both sides of any situation. Your angel of relationships wants to assist you with understanding the reasons you are being challenged. Your angel of relationship is not here to judge either side of the conflict. She is here to guide you and allow you to carefully assess this relationship. She will endeavor to show you the best possible outcome to heal the situation. Your angel of relationships will never interfere with your relationship. She will only endeavor to create a bridge between the parties to achieve a positive outcome. If the issue is about a current relationship, ask your angel of relationship to show you the there is a chance of reconciling the connection. If your question is about reigniting or healing from a past relationship, it is important to ask your angel relationship to assist you in achieving this desired outcome. A relationship between family members may be of great concern. If this is the case, ask your angel to help heal the situation. Visualize the situation healed and know in your heart that you have done everything humanly possible to assist with this positive outcome. If you are currently experiencing an issue with your children, visualize that all the parties are aware of your love for them. Ask your angel of relationships to show your children that no matter what the issue they experience with each other or with you, that you love them all unconditionally. Love has no boundaries, and your angel of relationship is here to show you how to share this belief with those you are currently experiencing challenges with. Affirmation is as follows. I gratefully accept the help of my angel of relationships. I surrender this issue to my angel of relationships. I trust in her guidance and the love she shares with me and those in my life who are challenged at this present time. So definite rifts with relationships here, whether it's family, children, friends, relationships with a partner. There is very much the undertone that there needs to be some help and assistance here, whether that is to reconcile or whether to leave altogether. Now, your spirit animal for the month of March is none other than the beautiful condor. Reads, you're too enmeshed in this situation, so step back and see the bigger picture before making any decisions or taking them. You've lost perspective here because you either believe there's something that you absolutely need to have happen, or else you're simply being too stubborn to let go. Step back and take a fresh look at your circumstances. It's the forest versus the trees dilemma. You're too close to clearly discern the reliability of what's actually taking place. You need to practice of detachment. Most people think of this as cold, sterile way of responding to a situation or person, but nothing is further from the truth. It's far worse to remain so utterly involved and entangled that you lose perspective and sometimes even yourself. This all too familiar pattern stems from the guilty feeling that somehow you're not doing enough unless you completely immerse yourself into the problem or person, continuing trying to fix the situation or rescue the individual involved. While this may give you a temporary sense of satisfaction, doing so also creates unhealthy dependencies, yours and others. True detachment is objective compassion, a state of mind and heart where you still care very much but are distanced enough so that you're not under the illusion that you can somehow control the situation or person through your participation or intervention. In any situation or conversation, follow these 4 simple guidelines. First, be 100% attentive. Second, speak your truth or maintain a dignified silence. Thirdly, keep the focus on what's really important and what really matters. And fourth, let go of any attachment to outcome. These 4 steps will help you to keep your perspective while retaining compassionately involved and detached at the same time. You can still wield your influence by stating your preferences, whether strong or mild, without insisting on getting in others' ways. Express yourself and see what happens, all the while honouring and respecting others. Associations is perspective, vision, awareness, death, rebirth, independence, solitude, inspiration, creativity, leadership, Pashama, Mother Earth, simplicity, sensitivity, and detoxification. It has a dot of 4. So the condor is your spirit animal for the month of March. Final message now as we hit the ruin. So the ruin that you, my darlings, Gemini, to receive for the month of March is none other than Serenity. Number 12, Serenity. Beautiful ruin of serenity. Let's Have a look. Serenity. Receiving this ruin is recognition of how far you have come along the path of healing. Give thanks to God for the blessings serenity brings. In the past, we hardly knew this peaceful place, with its freedom from want and need. It is through a life lived in serenity that we come to know and understand our closeness to the divine. Serenity is a fruit-bearing branch from the tree with roots bind up all the ruins. I'll just start that verse again, sorry. Serenity is a fruit-bearing branch from the tree whose roots binds up all the ruins. Honesty leads to serenity and patience issues from it. Grief, anger, and fear are resolved in the embrace, while trust and faith are nourished by serenity, and love thrives in its presence. There is a place inside our being where serenity dwells. Take time each day to nourish yourself with comfort to be found there. For it is from this place of tranquility and peace that all service begins. Become familiar with what serenity means in your daily life. Without serenity, wounds are slow to heal, while in its presence all things are possible. If serenity is absence from your world, you are still riding the merry-go-round of chaos and denial. Ask the divine for guidance and strength to face your life with courage. And if you feel your serenity slipping away, know that God will restore it to you through the power of prayer. Pause for a moment and remember above all to stay present and live your life one day at a moment at a time. The clear and simple message of this ruin is practice serenity. The beauty and power of serenity are expressed in a prayer adapted for the words of Reinhold Niebuhr. Words read and spoken daily by millions of people all over the world. Those words are as follows. God grant me serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. This prayer is a gift containing all the elements of divine love. When you allow serenity to fill your days and nights, you have truly begun to heal your life. Powerful stuff. God grant me serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the darn difference. And I think, Gemini, that is the difference. It is knowing the place of serenity. And I think that's what you're trying to find right now. A little cove, a little cut, a little cloth, a little piece of peace itself in a divinely serenetic setting. March is full of chaos. And in the face of adversity, we must find serenity. That would be my biggest advice for Gemini for March. Don't be too hard on yourselves. You're already going through a tough stage as it is. As the beautiful, crazy, sexy love notes reminded us that you are loved and to maybe have a little bit of compassion and serenity for oneself. Thank you so much for joining me, my dear Geminis. I hope the March reading gave you some solace, some clarity, but most of all, something to think about. So light and love to all my beautiful Geminis, and I will see you in the mid-March. So until then, light and love to all. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you've not done so already. Red's Righteous Readings, where the readings are always righteous. Cheers. Have a good March, guys.